This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. It's Fight Week, Wood Conlon, but also Gary Cully versus Miguel Vasquez.
Yeah.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, man, it does. And a lot of people seem to be interested in it and hyped about it as well, so I'm excited.
Do you know, the other day, well, weren't the other day, it was a couple of weeks ago, I had a look at your box rec, and the picture on your box rec, you look like you're about 14.
Yeah.
And I look at you now, and you're kind of like developing, even at 26, but you like seems like you've kind of filled out as a man.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, 100%. I was only meant to say to you last night, the first interview you did with me back in the SSC, I think it was my debut, maybe my second fight, but I look like a kid. Literally, I was probably 20, 21 at the time, but I look 14, 15. But I feel like I've matured now. I've matured into lightweight, matured into the weight, got my man strength, and I was actually calling for these type of fights from then when I was like 13, 14 year old looking guy. But now I feel is the time that I'm ready for them, and here we are. Yeah, this has been a long time coming, so like I said, I'm very excited for Saturday night.
It's been an interesting journey for you because you've kind of had to almost make your name, not on the quiet, but people in boxing know kind of your potential and what you've been doing. But to get yourself on a stage to really kind of show people, the wider public, what Gary Cully's about, you've had to be patient at 26 years old to get your shot at a fight like this with Vasquez.
Yeah, 100%. I'm professional 5 years now, so it's been quite a steady building process. I've had a couple of spells out the ring for injuries and stuff like that as well, so it has been a bit frustrating, but I've always believed that this time will come. I was kind of like building steady on the DL, on the MTK shows, and kind of looking, going, putting in big performances and going, surely Eddie's seeing them, or surely somebody's seeing them, you know. But I have been seeing, and like you said, the boxing world, I've kind of known who I am for quite a while, but now it's time to bring it to the bigger platform and make it known to a wider audience what I can do.
How old were you in 2006?
2006, 10 years old.
So, in 2006, when you were 10 years old,
Yeah.
which I'm sure you'll know this once I say it, obviously, but Miguel Vasquez made his professional debut, and you obviously know who he made his debut against.
Yeah, Canelo.
Yeah.
Canelo, and was that the split decision? Yeah, he lost on a split decision. So he's been around, like, there you go, since I'm 10 years old. I was only looking at his box record quite a while back, and he won his world title, or defended his world title, when I was winning the European Youths. I won European Youth Gold in 2013, around the time he became world champion as a professional. So I was only 17 at that time on Irish youth team. So it's mad, but yeah, he's very experienced guy, very skillful guy, and I look forward to sharing the ring with him.
We spoke about this off camera yesterday, why this fight is quite relevant for you to have now, despite some losses over the last 2 or 3 years, particularly here in the UK. His fights with O'Hara Davies and also Lewis Ritson were, in some people's eyes, controversial. A lot of people believe that he should have won both them fights. So that makes the fact that people believe that that was the case, that gives relevance. He's obviously come back with a couple of wins since the Ritson fight, but it gives this fight now for you relevance, and for you to kind of possibly not leave it to kind of a judging decision. Let's not go into that. But for you to kind of make a statement in Nottingham this week. Yeah,
100%. He's it's not like it's an unknown Mexican coming over here that nobody's seen before. Like you said, he's been here twice. Actually, previous to that as well, fought Josh Taylor back in, I forget the year, but 4 or 5 years ago. And then had a close fight with O'Hara, which many thought he won, and definitely won the Ritson fight, which I seen myself and thought he won that. So people know him over here. People know he's been hard done by, and people know how good he is as well, so they know what kind of a test it is and how good of a fight it's going to
be. Great card to be on. Obviously headlined by Michael Conlon's challenge against the champion Lee Wood, which is a very intriguing fight. So, yeah, it's going to be a talked about week, talked about fight night, and you want to make sure that you're kind of part of that talk.
Yeah, I'm looking to steal the show on Saturday. That's always the plan. Every time I get in there, I try to put on big performances, explosive performances, and be the name on people's lips when they're leaving the arena that night. So that's the plan on Saturday night. Obviously it's a huge night for Mick. I believe he's going to become world champion, win his first world title, but for me it's a massive night, and I believe I'm going to steal the show and I'm going to be the name on everybody's lips.
The fight of recent times that kind of got people talking about you more so than any of your other previous fights was the win against Kochev, which was a sensational knockout. And Kochev coming into that fight was coming in with a reputation, but you didn't really care for that reputation at the time, did you? Because it was a phenomenal finish.
Yeah, no, I don't care about reputation. I think even before that, in my Irish title fight with Joe Fitzpatrick, he was 10-0 at the time, I was 9-0. That was about a year before Kochev, and he was coming in with the reputation as the puncher, and he was going to be big and strong and put it on me and all this, and I finished him in the first round as well. So I just let these people build their reputation, let them think what they want to think. I know what I can do in the ring, and I have respect for Miguel Vasquez, but I don't care about his reputation on Saturday night either.
You've got a great team behind as well, kind of guiding you, getting into like positions like you are on Saturday, and that must give you great confidence moving on in your career that you've got solid people behind you.
100%. I've said from day one that my career is in solid hands. I couldn't have picked a better team behind me to guide my career, I believe, and it's been proven time and time again. We've taken the right steps at the right time, and I believe it's in the perfect hands to bring me to world title glory. So we've got, not overlooking Miguel Vasquez obviously, but we've got a plan in place to guide me to fulfilling my dream of becoming a world champion. So the first step of that is on Saturday night. I think this is the perfect fight for me at the perfect time. My team picked this one out, and I believe it's, like I said, the perfect fight. So we've got another plan after this fight, all going well on Saturday night. And yeah, I've just got to thank everybody at MTK Global, everyone behind the scenes, and I'm ready to put in a big performance and show them why they have so much belief in me, and show everybody why they have so much belief in me on Saturday.
I hope he doesn't mind me mentioning this, but there was talk yesterday and people were saying that you're Anto's favourite fighter. Yeah. I think that's true.
Yeah, a couple of people have said that to me over the last while. So Anto seems to he's usually quite, I think he won't mind me saying this, unapproachable at times, but I'm starting to see a soft spot in him. So he's got a soft spot for me, and I'm going to exploit that and make him get me the big fights.
I think it was a few weeks ago. People will know who we're referring to if you know Anto. Obviously, very kind of pivotal and influential within guys like yourselves' careers, etc. But I labelled him the grumpiest, happiest man you'll ever see. And he said, "Do you know what? That's actually probably true."
Yeah, and you know what? See, when I first turned over, Anto's guided my career from day one, and I used to be a little bit afraid to text him, worrying about the response you might get. But yeah, he said to me before in the past, he knows he's quite unapproachable, and look, I understand he's so busy, but he's also told me he's working on the grumpy side of things as well. And like you said there, he's after telling a few people that I'm his favourite fighter, so he must be working really hard on it, and we're beginning to see a soft spot in him. So yeah, happy to see it.
He's going to hate or love this conversation. We don't know how this is going to go, but he's not here yet. That's why we're talking, because he was standing there. Might not, but hopefully he'll see the goodness in what we're talking. Yeah. But bottom line is, you've got a job to do, and it's a huge stage for you that you can't afford to slip up on Saturday.
No, 100%. And just on a side note there, I believe Anto is the best manager in the world. I've said that to people in the past. Between Anto and Daniel guiding my career, I believe it's in the right hands, and they're the guys to make the good fights. They're guiding me in the right direction. They've made the perfect fights at the perfect time, and like I said, I believe I have the best team in the world behind me to do that. So yeah, a lot of thanks to them for that. As far as Saturday goes, it's my first big night on the big stage. It's not my first big fight in my career, but the biggest fight so far in my career, the biggest test. And yeah, I can't afford to slip up. I have dreams of becoming a world champion, of unifying the division, of going to America, fighting the big names over there. So Saturday night is just the next step in that, and if I slip up on Saturday night, none of that is it's not achievable, but it's a bit further away from me. So I feel like I'm going to take the next step towards that on Saturday night and put in a massive performance.
Okay, Gary, thank you for your time. We know, again, people that know you in boxing know you've got all the talent in the world, and it's just about you putting that together and showing people and moving on in your career, which I'm pretty certain, very certain that you'll do on Saturday.
It's diva time Saturday night, so I'm looking forward to getting the pink on, getting the frills on, and putting on a show. Exciting performance coming.
Gary Cully, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. We'll definitely catch up with you again at some point this week, and yeah, best of luck, mate. Go and do your job.
Appreciate your time as always, pal, and yeah, I'll see you Saturday.
Thank you very much.